Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you so much for downloading or streaming the Be Our Guest podcast. Ricky and Pam join me today, and we talk about the awesome celebration that is just starting out of the West Coast. It is time for Disneyland 70. That's right, the 70th celebration for Disneyland Resort. Pam Forrester was out there for a media preview, and she comes back to tell us about all the in-park celebrations, the character cavalcades, the parades, the fireworks, the merchandise, and of course, the new food offerings. We're going both to DCA, Disneyland Park, the resorts. So get ready and get set for an amazing Disneyland vacation that is going to be just amazing over the next year. Don't forget, our show always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure for no additional cost to you. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link when you shop online. That one extra click supports everything we do throughout the year. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You guys are the all-stars that keep the show going, so thank you so very much for that. You can support us for just $5 a month, and for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this weekend. We'd love to have you. Patreon.com/BeOurGuestPodcast.
Ready to take a trip to the world? You found the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. This is where your memories come front and center on our podcast stage.
Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to summer. It's time for the Be Our Guest podcast, episode 2697. And when I start the show in a little bit different way, I am all off my game, but we're here, and we're going to have a good time talking Disney here on a Friday as we kick off summer 2025. Hope you're ready for a great show. We are here to talk Disneyland 70. Holy cow, Disneyland celebrating 70 years out on the West Coast where it all started. And you guys know I could not be more excited to be a Disneyland fan since 2022. That was my first trip over the 4th of July. And, I mean, just teasing me with all of the stuff. And Pam Forrester was just there to tell us all about it. So we're going to get firsthand scoop today. We got Scoop Forrester joining us. But first, Ricky, she takes it right to print. She has all that ink right there on her stained fingers because she takes it to the press. She wears a little hat that has a little press thing on the top virtually because she doesn't do that. We have Ricky. She's at themouseforless.com and at DisneyWorldAfterAll.com where you can see all that stuff published. Ricky, welcome to summer. We made it to another summer, 2025.
We did, yes. And for those who want to experience the beginning of summer 2025, I'll be at Walt Disney World. So I'm down there too. And tonight, if all things go to plan, which they should,
you should have never said that out loud. You just
I know.
Guaranteed it didn't.
Well, they didn't a couple years ago, which is why we're going tonight. We will be at H2O Glow after hours. So I'm really excited about this. Like I said, we were supposed to go back in 2022, but I found out I was pregnant and was very, very nauseous and sick and could not go down. So I had the tickets. They were just sitting in my account, and so I rolled them over and paid a little extra money, and so now I'm going this year. So yay! I'm really excited, actually, to get to experience H2O Go After Hours. So I haven't been to a water park in probably 15 plus years at Disney. So yeah, I'm really excited to do that and get to experience Typhoon Lagoon, which I haven't been to in a long time. So I mean, heck, Miss Tilly's Adventure, I think that's the water coaster there, right? That one wasn't even there yet the last time I was there, so it's been a long time since I've been.
Have you done? Was Crush and Gusher there?
Crush and Gusher went there.
Yeah.
But it had just opened up not that long before. So yeah, Crush and Gusher was there, but not Miss Tilly's. So I have a whole new water coaster I get to experience. So
two things. Best water park. So well done.
Yeah.
Typhoon Lagoon, best one. But also, apologies to everybody that tonight's H2O Glow Night will be rained out.
This is also true. Yeah. This is how life works.
Ricky just manifested it on a Wednesday or on Monday. We recorded the show. So
I did. Yeah. So I
get
really
those
should
refunds.
probably check. check the weather forecast to see what's going
Just
on
saying.
Friday now. Actually, let me
There
do
is
that
now
real
a
quick.
tropical storm warning for Central Florida. We apologize.
but-
That's how these things
But
happen.
it is the kickoff one, so I'll be there with all the bloggers and vloggers. So yeah, that'll be fun. But you know, hopefully I'll get to enjoy a little bit of the fun with the evening and don't have to wait 20 hours for food. So
I will be watching the weather reports come Thursday night with bated breath at this point. All right, Pam Forrester's joining us again live from Saratoga Springs Resort. You cannot beat it. Pam, happy Friday. Welcome to summer.
Happy Friday. I'm excited to be here. I'm watching some golfers actually out the window.
Go, get 4. Give him
I know,
give him some.
I want to yell stuff like, that's not great. That shot wasn't
Shank.
great. Sorry.
no.
So, anyways, there is a pond here. Now, you'd have to seriously slice it to go into the pond, but I'm sure it has
I
happened.
was gonna say,
on
trust
one
me. Have you
occasion.
seen Scott and I golf? It can be
Yeah.
done. I mean, there was not a villa unscathed when we played that course over at Okie West. Yeah.
Yes, so we're actually over here toward the end that are near the tree houses, which I can see a tree house out of when we walk out of the building here. So it brought me back some fond BOGP
Yes.
memories as I
Oh
remember.
my God.
We
Speaking of almost a felony.
Yes, exactly. But anyways, yeah, so it's good to be here. Good to be back from land. It was just, all incredible. So
I can't believe
Excited.
these boxes behind me here in the podcast studio for people that watch live are. I mean, they're from the Treehouse meet. Like
Yeah.
they're just cardboard boxes. That was 2010, I think, when we did that.
wow.
I mean, those things have made 15 years. I mean, not only the event, which had craziness happening, they made the trip in the trailer back from Florida and a couple of, the move from the old house. Plus, they were in Mallory's playroom, which was where the studio was for the good portion of this show, with kids playing around them constantly. I mean, there is. Yeah, the magical mouse radio M is missing. I don't know whatever happened to that. So it's just magical mouse radio. But I mean, if that's
Those
the
dang
worst-
kids.
Exactly. So much so the lead M. But if that's the worst for wear, we're good. All right. So let's talk Disneyland 70. So you got to go out there for a little bit of a preview, and
Yes.
I've been kind of watching on social media. I loved it. I'm excited because I'll get to see some of the stuff when I go out for the races over the winter time. But Scott and I have been talking. Like there's something about like warm weather, like summertime.
I know.
Longer hours and not being there for a race weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like race weekends are just logistically, you're kind of always got your mind on something else too. You can do, I mean, not, you still get to do everything, but you got your mindset on other things. So just kind of lead us off. Like, what did they tell you about the 30,000 foot idea of celebrating Disneyland's 70th anniversary?
So the whole concept of this celebration is really they're calling it Celebrate Happy. And I think that to me from the get-go, when I first learned that this is what they're going to be celebrating, I'm like, this is an awesome way to celebrate Disneyland's 70th. And they've really kind of themed all these things around this concept of celebrating happy. So for those of you who haven't been to a big Disney celebration, when these roll out, you're talking new shows, new entertainment of all different kinds, new merchandise, new food, especially in Disneyland. Disneyland's great about doing that. New parades, all of that. And I think, we got a good taste of just about all of it. In fact, the last day I was out there was the day that it officially launched. So we had seen some preview stuff. But then Steve and I were
was that Steve or was that a golf ball hitting the villa? I just got to know real quick.
It
Okay,
was
I just
Steve
want to know if it
Wade.
was a golf ball smoking you out, because that'd have been awesome, but it could have just been Steve cruising through. Okay.
No, it was just Steve.
I love like live on the scene reporting. Sorry, I need to
Right?
cut you off.
I
What's
know.
up, Steve?
If we do get hit with a golf ball, I'm opening up the door and I'm yelling. So
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Like an old man, hey, get off my grass. Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
I
sorry.
just cut my lawn.
Exactly. I mean, this is what this is all about. We're live. Go ahead.
So On the day the day before we traveled, and we actually flew from Los Angeles here to Orlando, Steve and I were up until midnight, West Coast time. We had to get up at 3 something to catch our flight to come here. So we got 3 hours of sleep.
How did you survive? Oh my gosh.
We just, like, there wasn't a thing, but we wanted to do all of the things. Like, there were things that we did that we knew we wanted to do again. There are things that we knew we wanted to get better photos, better video footage of, whatnot. So we ended up doing all the things on that last day. And I will tell you, as we were walking back to our room at the Grand Californian, which is the shortest walk you can get from the parks, I was still like, if I have to walk 10 more steps, that may be the limit. Like, it was just so much. But I'm so glad that we did it, because there's just, I don't know, it's hard to wrap my head even now around all the things that we did and saw that day. So
yeah, I mean, it's cool. From the coverage. I mean, I'm super excited because it's definitely an all-in celebration. You're right. I mean, you know, parades, shows, merchandise, the decor, even in the Esplanade. You know, just from the time, you know, downtown Disney. You know, what happens in the resorts. You know, it's like immediately upon getting there, the celebration has started, and the color scheme is, you know, it reminds me kind of of a 90s kind of color scheme to me. It's that pastel kind of. What did you think of when you saw the logo and the Celebrate Happy? Is it Celebrate Happy? Is that what it's called?
Celebrate Happy is, the theme of it. And I agree. I loved the color scheme. I was just sort of like, okay, this, like, I can get behind. It feels very Goofy movie-ish, right? I mean, and so I love that, sort of like a blue and a purple and a yellow, and you know, I think they did a great job with that. And then one of the first things we got to see was all the decor that was already around the resorts. And like you said, Mike, it was, you know, at each of the resorts, and you all probably saw, like, they had these huge balloon things at the Disneyland hotel, and that was really cool. They put in a new thing in the middle of the Grand Californian lobby, which they always do. And in the Esplanade, they built sort of this almost like a stained glass looking, like, depiction of the castle that has different things in it. But one of the other things they had was there was new music that was playing in that Esplanade area.
Yes, so I heard this kind of like a music box like version of Disney songs. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and it's crazy because one day it was on for like a few days before the celebration started, and I said to Steve, "Do you hear this music?" And he said, "Yeah." He's like, "What is it?" I'm like, "That's the Star Wars theme."
It's a music box.
Music box version
of
the Star Wars.
That's Scott and I when we go to Baseline Tap House, because again they have, because it's like current music, but it's like the weirdest versions of it.
Yes.
It's like it hurts my brain kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like that song is weird like that. But yeah, I guess it works.
It was. So yeah, that was cool. So in the kickoff for the media thing, one of the first things that we got to see was the new merchandise, and wow, I'm sure you guys have seen some of the stuff, but immediately, so you know, I have a few of those balloon shaped popcorn buckets.
Yes.
Well, they have it's in a few different colors. I have the pumpkin one too, like, so some different things. So the one that they have for this celebration is blue, but it's not just blue. It lights up. So I was like, I think I have to get that one. And you know how much room they take up on your luggage, but shoot, I had to do it. So that was, you know, I went back and forth on it a bunch of times. And then at one point, Steve had left the room, went down to the lobby to do something, and he came back with a popcorn bucket. He's like, "I know you want this. I'm just getting it."
That's exactly what happened to me with the Star Wars Stormtrooper one. Brian just went off and did something while I was doing something else, and he's like, "Look, you've been talking about it. I just went ahead and bought it for you." It's nice that we have husbands that like get us, and they're like, "You know what? Just stop hemming and hawing. I bought the stupid thing for you. Just do it. Yeah.
You need this." So that was really cool. But I get so many of you have seen like the talking Mickey Mouse popcorn bucket, which we all have discussed as sort of awesome and sort of odd. Yes.
As long as he minds his P's and Q's, I'm good with him. But he has to behave. I mean, I'll be a guy turn around like when it's dark and quiet in my office.
Right. I know. It's sort of weird, like that you can reach into the back of something that can talk to you and eat popcorn from it. But here is something else, that this popcorn bucket is also sold in the lobby of the Grand Californian, and if you get it there, it doesn't actually come with popcorn. It comes with like a cookie, which I know. So I was like, oh, this is sort of a win. So
yeah, exactly.
I like that. So, anyways, that's where Steve went down and got it. So
you got both popcorn buckets.
I
now.
know.
Yeah.
Well, no, because we didn't get the Mickey one.
You didn't. Okay,
just the balloon one, but a lot of them. And I'm going to give you all a tip, because the folks at Disneyland are serious about their merchandise drops, right? Like lines, out the door. Yes. It's so funny. The, the Space Mountain line, maybe 5 minutes. The line to get merch is like, 4.5 hours.
Yeah,
so anyway,
it's like you get in line at the In-N-Out down there on Harbor.
100%. So one of the things is to look for the, places to mobile order, because not only are there merchandise things, but there are also many restaurants that sell a lot of these things too. So make sure that you go ahead and look to make sure that these places aren't also selling for the mobile order, because we actually noticed quite a few of them. And then the other thing that I know that you guys have seen is that key.
Yes. The big key.
Everybody is talking about this key.
I know. And it's so weird to me. Not that it's not a cool concept. Like, I like the idea of it, but it's big.
Yeah,
like, it wasn't just like this.
No, it's not a tiny key. It's a gigantic key.
It's like if a regular key and a lightsaber had a baby, kind of thing. I mean, it's exactly like you could like kill a Sith with it, and you could open a door. Kind of thing.
I have a question about the key. So you put it in each of there's different locks throughout the parks, right? Mm-hmm. And then when you unlock all of the keys or locks, whatever, with the key.
I think they're called portals.
Portal, whatever they're called.
No,
I don't know.
That's a different park. My bad.
That's a different park, yes. So when you hit every single one, then there's a pin that comes out?
There is. So
okay,
I believe
that's how that works.
Yes.
This is not going to end well if there's a prize. Oh my God.
Right, I know. And I believe there's just a certain one that you have to go to last. It's sort of that heart-shaped one that you see, I believe. It's actually near the front of the Disneyland park. So
interesting.
I believe that I don't think you have to do them in order, but I think that one you have to hit last to get the key.
To get the pin.
The pin, sorry.
Did you do, because I know they sold them, but they didn't activate them till that Friday. So did you have like practice with the key or anything? Like what was your...
I held the key. It looks like a big Fisher-Price toy. Like that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah,
it was like a huge thing, but I knew I was not going to have time to do it that day. And I'm like, I do not need one more thing to do on this specific day. So I did not get the key. But let me tell you, I think I'm in the minority, because I felt like everyone and their brother was carrying around these keys. So that was cool. And I think it was really neat to see people so excited about, doing something like that. It sort of forces you to explore, some of the different lands. And I will tell you something else that hasn't really been publicized a ton, but so when you're at Disney World, so many people have the Magic Band Plus, right? Lots of people just tend to get them. They use them because it has so much more functionality, I think, here at World, that you can do so many more things with them. At Disneyland, it's probably not as big of a seller, but they've created some interactions specifically for the Magic Band Plus, and we had ours, so we were able to do them. And one of the things is, in 4 different locations, attractions that were there on opening day, you can tap your Magic Band, and it has this little interactive thing, but it also spits out this little card. It's sort of a retro collectible card that sort of reminds you of that. So there are 4 locations right now in Disneyland Park. They are at the Main Street Theater, they are at the Jungle Cruise, They are at, they're in Frontierland near Silver Spur, one of the little the shops there. It's on the outside. And then there's one at Autopia as well. So that's something, if you have a Magic Band, that's something that you can get it to do. And I thought the collectible cards was a really cute thing to do too. In fact, some of them have more than one card. The one in Frontierland had 3 cards. So I thought that was really cool. But I loved that it just was sort of tapping into sort of the, the fun stuff that happened on opening day there at Disneyland.
It's like new meets old, right? New technology with the Magic Band Plus, old,
Yes.
nostalgic cards there, and you're going to see the, celebrating the opening day attractions. I love that.
Yeah,
I love
it
it.
was.
What a smart way to get people by Magic Band Plus. Yeah, I'm
I
so
agree.
curious about those keys, because those keys, though, I can't get over those keys. Like, are they going to be those glow with the show ears, like I have sitting right over there on the shelf that weighed 17 pounds that everybody wore in their heads for like 2 times? Like, it's awesome, but I don't want to wear them. I just want to see everybody else's head, light up in the show, because you can't see your own head when it lights up on the show. And God, the pain, those things were painful. And, Pal Mickey back in the day, and all the stuff that was like hot for a hot minute. I'm that kind of person. Like, I just wonder in, 9 months how the keys will go. Because they are kind of.
I don't know.
I'm not going to get one.
I think because
Unless I
of
put it on the shelf.
the pin factor, and that it's random, so you don't know which pin you're gonna get. Now I have heard that there's a trading station at because they do know that there are duplicates, and this is a very expensive endeavor basically to get each and every time to get every single pin. So they are having trading stations available, but. I have a feeling, especially for pin collectors, this is going to be a huge deal.
That's a huge deal out there. I mean, you got the whole
Yeah.
Frontierland, it's like right as you walk into Frontierland on the left there, situation out at Disneyland. It's like a little unofficial store.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be.
Curious, yeah. It's super
a big
curious.
deal.
Those things are
especially
so
for pin
big.
collectors.
I don't know why they got to
I
be
know.
so big. That's what I keep saying. Like, they're enormous. But they're cute. Like, I wouldn't mind. Okay, here's the thing. And watch, I'll walk home with one in January or whatever. Because it would be kind of cool to hang on the wall, like when you get home. But I'm not going to walk around that thing for 5 days. It's just like, here's my key. It's just crazy looking. Anyway, we got too much to go, Pam. Go. Besides the key, that key is, it's like living in my brain rent free or whatever they say.
Yes, it is. You're going to be thinking about that key for a while.
I have. I can't stop.
I know. So I want to talk briefly about some of the different food options that they've introduced for the celebration before we get into the real stuff, which was the shows, which I'm still just like blown away. I'm like, cloud nine about these. But anyways, so Disneyland does a great job in celebrating everything with all kinds of new foods and things like that. And this is absolutely no exception. There are tons of things. So from the traditional Matterhorn macaroon that you can get at Jolly Holiday, they've sort of dip that in all kinds of the sprinkles that sort of correspond with the colors of the of the celebration. And I will tell you, we got one, and we did a photo shoot with that bad boy. So
As you should.
I know. So there were lots of things, and of course then we ate it. So that was the best part too. But they have all kinds of really cool things, from like a special Mickey ear hat cookie to different cakes. The cakes look fantastic. All kinds of different desserts, especially this mocha cream puff that, Mike, you can get at Rancho del Zocalo. So that's a cool thing. Yes. They also have a fried tamale walking taco. Oh. I know, really good. We did try that one. It was fantastic. They have some really cool looking over at the refreshment corner. They have pulled pork mac and cheese in a bread bowl.
Oh my God, that's
right.
That should be illegal. That should be
it's
illegal.
Like all the things.
It took
in
70
one.
years for this to come about, ladies and gentlemen. Go get it.
Right. I know. Such good things. They have a special beignet over at Tiana's. It's a celebration beignet, and it has a raspberry mousse in it, and is as if a beignet is not good all on its own, to have a little raspberry mousse and some celebration stuff. The only thing was, after we got it and ate it, our lips were blue. Like that blue, no joke on that. that. And I love, like, at the Tropical Hideaway, that's where they have sort of the Dole Whip sort of things there by this. But this had a Dole Whip with it was a pineapple Dole Whip, a traditional one, but then it had a caramel drizzle and a pineapple upside down cake.
Oh,
so
man. Holy
I know,
smokes.
right?
Stop. Stop right now.
That sounds so
Oh
good.
my goodness.
There, of course, is a special churro. There's all kinds of different places that have cool coffee drinks. There is, over at California Adventure, there is a chili cheese corn dog. Hello.
Yes.
It's a corn dog with chili, shredded cheddar, and corn chips. I'm not sure that you can get much better than that. So that
Just,
sounds
yeah.
real
Be careful when the people in your party get those. I'm just saying.
Right?
Choose
I know.
wisely. Choose wisely, as they say on the treasure. Right?
might
Guess
wanna
who's going
split
on the
that
treasure?
one.
Yes.
So lots of good stuff though to eat there, so you will have no shortage of those things. And they do a really good job of this, listing it in the places especially that you can mobile order. There's something in the little corner of it that sort of identifies it as special for the 70th anniversary. But Mike, when we were there, we actually tried one of the items, and I thought of you when I tried this because they had what they were calling cowboy fries at the Golden Horseshoe. So these are French fries with nacho cheese and sauteed ground beef, burger sauce, and bread and butter pickles.
Oh, man. I mean,
Right?
Disneyland has all the great, like, not meals, but like just, I mean, you could totally make these meals, but man, like, bring a side of Pepto-Bismol and, whatever you need, but it's worth it. Tums, I mean, it's so good. It's so good. Like, they jam at these kind of things. Oh,
They do. This was very good, by the way, so I recommend it. I'm not saying it's good for you, but it was all very tasty.
who cares?
So I know. So now I want to talk about some of the main event things that they have added for the celebration. And first of all, there's a new addition to It's a Small World. So Miguel and Dante are now in the It's a Small World, and I thought that was such a sweet addition. I don't know why, like I thought they were already there maybe, but anyways, it was great to see them there. So that's one of the cool things you can look out for. But they have brought into Disneyland, the park, they brought the Celebrate Happy Cavalcade. So not only does it have like Mickey and Minnie and a bunch of your other pals that are in this short little cavalcade, but Shelley and Duffy are
Oh my
in
gosh, Duffy
Love it.
stateside. What's up? I'll be honest. So there's a guy who does a show on Sirius XM every morning called Full Ride. He's a sports guy from 8 to 11 Central. He's a huge Disney fan. I talked to him like he'll let me send him messages during his national show on Sirius XM. He's that big of a Disney fan. He is gonna go to Disneyland just so he can see Duffy. That's how big of a Duffy fan he is.
Stop. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
No
It's
kidding.
so funny.
Yeah, he sent
People
me this stuff.
love these two.
yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
And truly
Duffy's-
they do. And I know her full name is Shelley May.
Oh yeah.
So, but to those
Scotty
of us who
G-
know her well, she's
Scotty
Shelley.
G's in the fan club for Duffy as well, by the way. Just
Really?
saying. Oh,
That's
yeah. Oh,
funny.
yeah. Scotty G is a Duffy fan.
So we got to see that, and that was really cute. It was just a cute little afternoon, cavalcade to do that. But then they also have done 2 new projection shows. One of them is on Carthay Circle. Fantastic. It just really sort of embodies like the celebration aspect of it. And the other one is on It's a Small World. They do a whole show on the It's a Small World facade. And it's so, they did such a great job. They brought in Walt. There's some Walt talking in a few different
Stop.
places.
Yeah, I see. I love and hate that at the same time. It's perfect, but dude, I'll be a wreck. Just stop it. Like you're at Disneyland, you got Walt. Like dude, stop. Like to all who come to this happy. Stop. I'm done.
Yes, it is. And it really was. Like we saw it a few times and I loved it. I loved this show. Like for me, when they do the projections on Small World, like that's worth the price of admission to me, because they somehow make it do, and they do sometimes at Disney World and the castle too, you know, when they do the projections on the castle, like at different points you think rockets are taking off and whatnot, but somehow they add movement to that stationary building, and they did it here too, and it was showing a few times at the night, so you'll have the opportunity to see it at different times. But the big things that they did, the things that, you know, sort of made me walk away from this, just being like, oh, I can't wait to get back there and see these again, was they have a new World of Color show, and it's World of Color Happiness. And it is hosted by Joy from Inside Out, but our friends, the Muppets, do the pre-show.
I saw it.
I know.
Thank you. You're doing them dirty at the studios, but thank you.
And if there's anyone to communicate the terms and conditions of different things, Sam the
It's
Eagle.
Muppet.
Yes. The most, he will make sure you follow the rules to the letter.
That's right.
Thank you, Sam.
Exactly. So I was so thrilled to see that. But not only are they in the pre-show, at the very beginning, the Rainbow Connection song is in it too. So it was like,
And it's done by Boyz II Men, and it's gorgeous.
It is. It's
oh
so
my gosh.
awesome.
Yeah.
And by the way, the Jonas Brothers and the Celebrate Happy song.
I'm so addicted to this song. Oh
I
my
know.
gosh, can I tell you? And I've been playing it for Lucy, and she starts clapping, and she's like dancing in her car seat, and I'm like, I am raising the right daughter. Yes,
It's
I
an
am.
earworm.
Like, she loves Celebrate Happy.
It
Oh
is.
my goodness.
It is.
Loves it. I have to put it on repeat. Like this past weekend when I was driving around with her in the back of the car, like I had to keep playing it because otherwise she would throw a fit. So yes, it's a great song.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. Mommy wasn't sad about that at all. I'm just
No.
gonna say. No, not at all.
It's an adorable song. It really is. And it sort of really fits in with that. So I really liked it from start to finish, World of Color. I've seen a bunch of the World of Color incarnations, and actually saw World of Color 1 a few times before we got to see the new version. And I really, really enjoy the song. I think the songs, the projections, what they're trying to communicate. This World of Color show has an interactive part throughout the day. People can vote for one of 4 of their favorite Inside Out characters, and I think it was sadness and anger and embarrassment. Is that one? I can't remember all of them, but anyways, I think that's sort of a cute thing, and that whatever character gets the most votes will have sort of a special part in the World of Color show. But I wanted to offer a few tips to this because the World of Color show sort of takes place on the water there. That's in California Adventure. And that is both awesome and challenging because it's not really built into a theater where every seat has a fantastic view of everything. You're going to be able to see things no matter where you're standing. But I think one of the best ways to take in World of Color is to consider the dessert party. And I know it's not inexpensive, but it is worth it for a couple reasons. First of all, you get a little box of really yummy, and it's not just desserts. It has sort of some charcuterie with like meat. And yes, ding that bell.
Hit the bell.
Meat, cheese, crackers, things like that. Then it has a bunch of different desserts. It also has a very collectible pin, which is new for this. And the other thing is, when you go there, you actually have a seat for the show that has a great view. And there are both low tables and high top tables. I think both have a really good view. But I will tell you, in the world of Disneyland, where people are there hours before shows to stake their spots,
They are.
this is not a bad idea. At the end of a long day, we were all very glad to pay whatever we paid for the World of Color dessert party because we were sitting our butts down in a seat and waiting for the show to start while we snacked on some different desserts and meat and cheeses, and you also get drinks with that as well, and it includes like beer and a cocktail made for that specific dessert party. Also has some sparkling wine and has like hot cocoa or soda and things like that. So lots of things from which to choose. So we really enjoyed that, and I recommend it.
And are you not in the splash zone in that area? Because like we stood on the very front rail when I went to see it the very first time. We did. It was like that thing at the studios back in the day, you know, where like Scott lost his wedding ring. He got we didn't get that wet, but I mean we're pretty damp.
You do, and on a windy day,
Yeah,
you're
because
really
it was a
going to
little
get
breezy
wet.
that night. Yeah, because it was coming at us. It was
Not
interactive.
officially in the zone, but you will get some mist
Yeah.
probably based on, you know,
I mean, yeah,
that. So.
you're part of the show. Look at it that way.
Right, exactly. There's also a dinner package as well. But I will tell you, I really prefer the dessert party. You have the seats, and I think that makes a difference. So look, you've been walking around all day at Disneyland. You're tired. You want to sit down. So it was totally worth it for that. And then, what am I forgetting? Oh, how could I forget a little thing called Paint the Night?
Exactly why I want to go out there, man. I cannot wait to see this. Oh my! Think about this though. I mean, like we've been dying for a nighttime parade, and you're gonna have Paint the Night in this new parade at the Magic Kingdom this summer.
I know.
Boom! It's an embarrassment of riches all of a sudden.
Right, Disney is delivering with this one. So I saw the last time Paint the Night was put on. It was actually put on at California Adventure. And I think at one point before our blip, didn't we have, there were rumors that it was coming to World, or it might have actually been announced, and then it has not. Well, it's back now, and this time it's back at Disneyland. And that is such a very cool spot to have it, because you get lots of great backdrops and things like that. But also the Tapestry of Happiness, which is the name of the show, the projection show, and it's a small world. If you're back there to see that, you can also see Paint the Night. It comes back through that area. So it gives you sort of a home base for your nighttime stuff, right? If you're back there. And we really enjoyed it. I love that parade. I am certainly not alone, because I will tell you, we were at the end of the parade route. Those performers in that parade were so jazzed when they got there, and the crowd goes nuts. Like, you don't hear the kind of cheering and stuff like this in Florida as you do when you're at Disneyland. They know each, group that's coming through. They know, when they see the big truck from the Cars movie, like what's coming next, and there are performers in between each of the big floats, for lack of a better word, and they know what's coming, and those characters sort of interact with the people there. Like, literally, when the music starts, and it has such a catchy tune, it's the song from Wreck-It Ralph, right? When can I,
Oh, when can I see you again? I love that
Yes,
song. I love that song. Oh.
Right, I know. So as soon as that sound starts and the parade's coming, people have these little light up paint brushes for Paint the Night. Now I didn't know, I didn't look to see if they were selling them or if they were from another, the other version of Paint the Night. But people were immediately singing, dancing. It was it's like a sweet moment. It really was a very, very sweet moment. And I just love how it charges the park. Like, nighttime at Disneyland is unlike anything else.
I agree.
It's just, it was awesome.
But a parade is like, I've said this forever for World, right? When it was missing a nighttime parade, which it has for a decade or more, something's missing. It's like it brings everybody back together one more time, and it's like a communal rally. Like, everybody gets back together. We all meet on Main Street or Frontierland, and you get to see your characters one last time before you go home and go to bed. And it's kind of like it's the complement to the fireworks when you have the fireworks too. It's just
yes.
But I mean, it sounds like Disneyland's going to be a plus version of it. I can't wait to see this.
I know. It really is cool. And just to top up some other things, they're still showing Wondrous Journeys, which is the nighttime show out there, the fireworks show at Disneyland over the castle. If you've not seen it, these fireworks are incredible. And I will just give you a little hint. Baymax flies for these. So I know, right? So it's very, very cool. There's a new scene in Midway Mania that sort of gives a nod to the 70th, little enhancements there for that. And they're still doing the Better Together, the Pixar Pals Celebration Parade. Again, there are sort of dining options available for that. But there's just so much to love about everything that's happening there right now. I hope that people come and see it, because I think it's just going to be one of the celebrations you don't want to miss. Like, the 70th doesn't happen that often, and it's a big celebration. Like, they did a great job. And we stayed at, I wanted to talk about this too, we stayed at the Grand Californian, but we also stayed at Pixar Place, which is what they redid that one hotel to. And it is so cute. I just love all the nods to Pixar with this. So lots of good stuff happening.
Well, plus two soon, I think it's opening here in the next couple of weeks. They're going to have, the Walt Disney show alternating with Lincoln in the Opera House on Main Street.
Yes.
That'll be fun.
Yes, the first Walt Disney audio animatronic. I think it's going to happen in July, maybe during.
I think it's the 17th.
The official anniversary.
Yeah.
So.
I
Oh,
think
that
it's
makes sense. So a couple of months. So we still got a little while on that, but yeah, a lot happening. Oh man, so what was your favorite float this time in Paint the Night? I mean, it was one because there is a new one, isn't there? They brought Frozen.
They do have Frozen. Oh man. You know what? The one that they lead with was Tinkerbell, sort of like she's on the front of this lit up float and kind of swoops around. It's awesome to see. Like, Tinkerbell is moving, and the big truck.
Yeah, see, I think I'm all in on the 18-wheeler.
Yeah, Mac.
I gotta see that.
Mac.
I gotta see that 18-wheeler Mac.
Yes.
I gotta see that.
You get lost in it when it like goes past, like his face goes past, and then you have the whole like length of the semi. Like it's like 3D almost. It's so crazy. There are just so many good ones, and of course, when you end with Mickey, that's kind of a big one too. So many good ones. So many good ones. So.
Disneyland is great on a normal day, but with the celebration, let's go. I mean, let's go. Well, Pam, thanks so much for the coverage, and meet you out there.
It was awesome. Disney has a lot of celebrations, but this one sort of exceeded my expectations, so it's awesome.
When it's on a year that ends with 0 and it's at Disneyland, I mean, it's special, right? It has to be.
Yes.
They have to get it right.
For sure.
All right, so we're going to be back on Sunday night with a live call-in show. So if you have any questions, comments, talking Disneyland, let's do it Sunday night. That'll be at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, all the places, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch. Scott will be with me. We'll be taking your calls, having a good time. So join us for that. But don't forget, our show's always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you get out to Disneyland here over the next year because you got plenty of time. But like I said, summer is a great time to get out there. Fall is a great time to get out there. I'll be out there for the races this winter. Just get out there, celebrate, bring home the big key. I got to get your take on the big key. But the popcorn bucket, and see if Mickey talks to you all the way home on the plane. It'll be fun. But all the good stuff's out there. We want to help you have a great time, make those memories with those people you love, where it all started for us Disney fans. So check out all the details. We can get you to World, sailing on the Disney Cruise Line, even seeing the world with Adventures by Disney. No additional cost to you. That's the best deal of all. So check them out over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link. It's one extra click, and it supports our show each and every time. BeOurGuestPodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you sincerely to our Patreon supporters. You guys keep us going. $5 a month. It's a cup of coffee a month, and that keeps the show going. So we appreciate you so very much. You can support us as well. Just come over to patreon.com/BeOurGuestPodcast, and you get a bonus show every week called Mike in the Midwest. Give us a follow on the social media. I'm at BeOurGuestMike on X.com. Let's see, Instagram and Threads. Pam is at TMFLT Pam, so give her a follow. Ricky's at Ricky Nibs. And I think that's about it. So we'll be back in on Sunday night for the call-in show, Monday with a great trip report. But until then, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and kick off summer the right way. Get to the pool. It's going to be cool here in St. Louis. Kind of stinks. Oh, and also, shout out to my wife, Pam. Today is her last day of teaching ever. School is out for summer. School is out.
It's definitely out forever.
That's right.
Yes.
28 years of elementary school teaching, 9 of those with me next door bugging her to death. That's right. She made it. So super proud of her. We're going to celebrate tonight. So
that's awesome.
Yep. We'll be celebrating by having Mexican food and margaritas, just like
there you go.
Always. Except we usually don't have margaritas. All right. So hope you guys have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
You've been listening to the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. If you have questions, comments, or would like to be a guest on the show, please visit our website at beourguestpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you real soon.